So, you've all seen it from the title of this video, but I'd like to talk about what I found was the number one cure to loneliness and depression. The number one mental health hack that I've personally discovered is to just have fun with friends. So, let me explain. How is it that simple, right? Well, there's two parts to it. The first is if you're gonna spend time with friends, then you're gonna go out. And if you're gonna spend time with friends, you're gonna develop relationships. So these two variables is what ultimately makes you not feel lonely and what makes you not feel depressed and sad. But this is where it gets a little bit complicated for some of y'all. What if you don't have friends, right? Well, the first step to everything is, you see, everything can be progressively overloaded, which means that if you don't have something right now, there are steps that you can take to get where you want to be. Sometimes those steps are actually what you needed all along, and you'll feel way better with them, right? So if you don't have any friends and if you want some friends, the first step is going out. Additionally, if you are depressed and are lonely in your house, the first step to getting rid of that is going out of your house. How does that happen? How do we do that? Go to a park. Go anywhere where there are beautiful sights and beautiful perspectives. For example, if you go to a park, you can see all the greenery, the grass. Heck, you might even see a pretty girl that you want. So if you're in that situation, why not just talk to her already, right? Or for example, you go to the city, and in the city you see these big buildings, and you imagine yourself being in one of those buildings one day, rich. And if you think of that, you have an idea, you have ambition already. And if you apply that vision, once you get to your house, then you're not gonna be feeling that lonely or depressed anymore. Since for me, depression is basically just a lack of progression and the lack of purpose in life. So, the first step is going outside of your house. And if that's hard, if going outside of your house is that hard, then first go out of your backyard. And if going out of your backyard is hard, then envision yourself going outside. Now, when you envision yourself going outside, it's gonna get easier, right? And you're naturally gonna gravitate towards actually going outside or going to your backyard. Then it will progress to you going outside. There might be friction, There might be I don't have money to commute. Oh, I have too much stuff to do in the house. This is where critical thinking comes. Think of a way on how to bypass that. Maybe I don't really need to commute to go there. Maybe I just need an umbrella for the sunny or rainy day. And maybe I could just wear sporty clothes so that I still feel fresh while walking. At the same time, I'd be burning calories so I'd look better. Right? Yeah. I don't have one right now. No jawline, but just wait till I reach 10% body fat. Because I'm not. No, I'm not. I am not at that level yet. But yeah, I will be. Trust. Maybe in like 4 or 5 months. Anyways, I got distracted. So, we covered one variable, which is going outside. The second mental health hack that I have is relationships. This is so important and so vital to anyone's life in any stage of their lives. No man is an island, and the people around you shape who you are. Starting point to getting friends is, yeah, going outside, right? Then go somewhere where you know that there are people with the same mind as you. Okay, for example, you've turned your life around, and I'm really proud of you, by the way. You turned your life around, and you started working out, or maybe you started getting into books. What do? You go in the places where there are people who work out. You go to the places where the people read books, libraries, parks, gyms. Now, here's an extra special tip for you guys. If you guys are in the Philippines and you want quick friends, they're in basketball, and just go to any random basketball court and just play. After playing, say GG's, say good game, then just talk to them further. Just keep on playing with them, and eventually, um, you will be friends with them because through enough time and enough relevance to the same thing that you guys are doing, naturally you'll become friends. And who knows, maybe you'll become a really good basketball player and you could level up in the hierarchy of men there. So that's just a quick tip if you are in the Philippines, because basketball is the main sport here, and I'd say you get a lot of status if you were in that area. And relationships. Wait, hold on. Let me recount. Where am I? And relationships give a sense of ambition. A sense of ambition and a sense of strive that wouldn't really happen if you didn't have something to impress, something to stand for, or something to protect. Right? As a man, sometimes our greatest desire and our greatest motivation are women. I'm gonna be honest with you there. I'm not even capping. It is for me, right? We all want women, or we all want the security of one, the security of having one, and an abundance in relationships. It doesn't need to be multiple girls. Could be friendly. Yeah. So, if you have relationships and if you have status in it, then you're gonna be more compelled to try hard in life. Because you're a young man with ambition, right? And you want success. Think about it. Why would you want success if there's nothing to translate it for? Right? This is directly equivalent to success. And the path to success is directly equivalent to going out. Because if you go out, you're gonna meet new experiences, find new ambitions. And at the same time, if you're in a relationship or if you get into relationships, you're gonna have motivations to reach upwards. So I just realized it's all connected. And an action step for you is to figure out what you're missing. Right now, I'd give you about 1 minute. You could pause this video if you want. But figure out what you're missing out in life. You already have friends. Are you not going out? Maybe you're going out but you don't have any friends. Then go somewhere where you can find friends. Maybe you have friends but you're not going out. Then realize that it's okay to go somewhere without someone. It's okay to go somewhere alone. Who knows, maybe you'll even have more fun if you go alone. It's all about building new experiences. And remember, no amount of money can ever be justified to be saved if it's really fun, or if the experience will lead to more money afterwards. If going to a mall and looking around, who knows, maybe you buy yourself like a chocolate drink. If you're broke, I would generally not recommend for you to buy a watch, right? But who knows, maybe if you're Maybe if you're broke, you buy a chocolate ice cream. It wouldn't really hurt that much, or the commute wouldn't really hurt that much. So just keep in mind that so that, so just keep in mind, if money is the only thing that's stopping you, or the spending of money, if you have enough, just save enough for the commute. You don't even need to buy anything. You just walk around and come back with new experiences, new ambition, and a refreshed feeling. That's about everything I wanted to cover in this video. This is actually my second time shooting this video, because the first time it didn't record. No, it did record, but now I can't access the files because of cinematic mode or some reason. I have no idea. But yeah, I hope you learned from my yappings and what I've said. It's actually getting pretty comfortable now speaking to the camera. I'm still not quite used to it, but it's actually fun, because at the same time I could just go back into my videos and listen to myself yapping whilst refreshing myself on topics that I might forget if I don't listen to my yapping. Tapshi. Anyways, that's all. Stay lovely and healthy. Peace, love.